Well, you can tell the mayor he just lost 5 votes. We don't get an interview, no votes. Oh, we're on. Hello there, my name is Hugo Martinez, reporting to you here live from the SLN studios in sunny Corpus Christi, bringing you a special report on road trip music. More importantly, my road trip music. Every road trip requires some sort of entertainment, either it's movies or music. Either way, it's used to completely ignore your annoying family members or to keep you from sleeping at the wheel. Either way, it's utterly essential. So let's go ahead and get started. The first group we're going to talk about today is none other than Metallica. Metallica, one of my longtime favorite metal bands, they burst onto the scene during the early 80s for their signature thrash metal style. On the road trip, I listened to their 90s album called Load, and particularly one of my favorite songs in the whole album is Hero of the Day. Hero of the Day reminds me very much of my older brother, as he was the one that helped me get into metal in the first place. And I've just been loving him ever since. Especially the next album after that is Reload. Definitely check him out. Probably not for everybody, but definitely one to check out. The next one, continuing with the metal theme, is the Mars Volta. I have mentioned this before on my blog, if you guys have seen it before. The Lousy in the Chromatorium is one of my favorite albums that I can listen to from the beginning to the end. Their cryptic lyrics and their high-paced music, it reminds me of early progressive metal bands from like the 70s or something. But on this road trip, I needed something to spice it up. That or maybe go faster on the road, because you know the music is just a high-speed metal. The psychedelic metal made me want to go faster and get home faster in Dallas. And the next one is just a complete departure, completely a little bit slower, something that makes me dance a little bit. Oh yeah, we had to stop by In-N-Out. I mean, it was a road trip without In-N-Out. Luckily, I found one. But anyways, next up, nothing in common to that one, is Angeles Azules. Angeles Azules is a group, is a cumbia ensemble from Mexico City, that sings about romance and heartbreak. And of course, those songs make you want to dance, which is kind of odd. You think of heartbreak and romance doesn't really make you dance, but these will make you want to dance. Of course, it's cumbia. On this road trip, I listened to their greatest hits. One of my favorite songs of theirs is "Cómo te voy a olvidar," meaning "How am I ever gonna forget you." Every Hispanic person knows this song. Like everybody. Just put this on, they're gonna start dancing. But probably not the best idea to put this on the road, because maybe we want to dance and pull over. And probably not the best idea to dance on the freeway. Probably not. But next up, something to calm me down. Is UGK. UGK, Underground Kings, a rap group from Port Arthur, Texas, comprised of Bun B and Pimp C. This city brings me back memories of the days of driving to community college in the sweltering heat of Dallas during the early 2000s. It was hot. It was when we had the drought back in the days. Do you guys remember? I don't know if you guys remember, but I certainly do. My car does too. But anyways, this CD, it was amazing. I listened to their greatest hits. Sad they broke up, but you know what? We keep moving on. The next artist we listened to on the road was Tigrillo Palma. This guy has caught my attention in the last couple of years. Although he sings about narco corridos, which is like about drug dealing and all that stuff that happens in Mexico. His covers of other well-known Mexican music has really caught my attention and made me a fan. And not to mention, listening to his music made me remember my family who I was driving home to. And lastly, to finish off the road trip, I had to finish off with something else that reminds me of my family. La Original Banda Limon, which is like, I don't really get it. I don't know what you would name your music group after a lime or limon or whatever. I have no idea. But for some reason, this style of music always enthralls me. It reminds me so much of also my family. It also reminds me of Mexico, because my family is from Guadalajara, and that's where Guadalajara is a big place of banda music. And just the complex use of wind instruments with a vocalist, it's something that you rarely ever hear about. It's like if you had a band or an orchestra, then you had a vocalist singing. I mean, it doesn't happen very often. It's very popular in Mexico. Who knows why, but it's amazing. And obviously, it is a technical feat to have 30 guys on stage playing correctly and looking so fashionable as they are right there with their orange suits. And also, obviously, it reminds me of the parties we have in at my house, because we always play this music and along with other music too. But finally, our news comes to an end, sadly, and I'm bringing my final thoughts. Repeating what I said earlier, I always have music for your road trips. It will make everything go by faster. You probably not want to kill your family, because you probably will after hearing them talk for 5 hours straight. That, or keep you awake at the wheel, which is very important. Don't sleep and drive. Don't do it. Or text and drive. Is this a PSA now, or what's going on? But thank you very much for tuning in. I am Hugo Martinez. I hope you enjoyed this selection of road trip music that I provided to you today. I hope you guys check some of it out. Maybe I made you curious about some of the music that you have never heard before, and hopefully you do. And when you do, think of this newscast that brought you to it. Thank you very much. Good night, and I'll see you later.